What's up, guys? I haven't been doing videos for a little while now. I think the last one we were like 16, 17 weeks out. So 13 weeks out now from the Tampa Pro. We're gonna be hitting legs today. I'm gonna be talking over a little bit, but today what I really wanna show you guys is the intensity we're gonna be putting into a workout. So what an IFBB Pro, how I'm training, and what the intensity I'm putting into my workout. So follow me along, you're gonna see what I do for legs. I really like doing at the beginning of the workout, abduction, and we're gonna be doing the adduction also. You're gonna see in all those sets that we're gonna be doing, even if it's like kind of like accessory work to open up the hips, get a lot of like good mobility before we start doing the hamstring and quads. It's not a warm up. Like all my sets I'm gonna be putting in, I'm not on my phone, I'm not texting anyone. I'm making sure that I'm focusing on all my sets I'm doing. So doing this, take the time to really make your sets count. Like this stuff is important, but it's not used as a workout. Like if you want to it's not used as a warm up, sorry. You want to make progress, you need to train hard on all your sets. And this is a prime example. You see guys, girls, whatever on these, and they're kind of just warming up. They're kind of just going through the motion, texting this, that. You want to put some progress, do them correctly, and do them with full intensity. So we did abduction on the other side there, adduction here. I really like this one, the side backs. It's humbling. You can't do very heavy, but again, I'm putting myself kind of in a position where the lever is going to be a little bit longer. So it's going to be a little bit harder for me to get the contractions down, but I'm hyper focusing on like my contraction when I'm coming up. So you'll see the controllers from the top and all the way to the bottom as well. So yeah, it's not because you're training intensely that you're not controlling form. It's just both have to go together. Oh, fuck. Oh. Ooh. All right. We're warmed up now. We do some hamstrings. Lying leg curl, right there. I think we're gonna do the hamstring. I really like that one. And then we're gonna do some seated ones as well, and then we'll get into quads. So I like getting my hamstrings stimulated first, really get some blood in there, and then at that point, when my hips are open, adductors are really like fired up, then my knee's gonna feel a lot better as well when I get to doing some squat movements and stuff like that, like putting some more load. The knee joint really worked at that point, so that's why I like to work it like that. And so far, since I've been like switching up my workout around that, and I'll do some more hamstring at the end, but quads, I like to make sure that I have a couple like stimulating exercise on the opposite muscle before I get into quads. And it really does save my knees. I can knock that guy out. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Hamstrings part 1 is done. We're gonna go into quads. 4 exercises for quads. We're gonna start with a superset with the pendulum squats and lunges. Those are gonna go together. Then we're gonna do some leg press, and then some type of squat, probably a machine. Could be a hack squat too. We'll see how we feel at like the end of all that. And then we'll have a couple other hamstring exercises done. I'm warmed up. We're ready to hit some quads. All right, let's go. That's where the fun begins. So we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna do pendulum, and we're gonna do the lunges in the corner. Both really slow tempo. Idea right now is to put as much blood into the muscle. And I just like starting with these exercises because I feel very comfortable. My knee's in a good position. And combining the two, I don't have to load up either or of the exercises. So it does help me to start the workout that way. Afterwards, when we go to leg press, once my legs are already kind of like dead, then I can do as much as I can without loading the joint too much. So that's kind of like how I like to do it. It protects myself from putting too much load at the beginning and hurting myself, and also making sure that I get really, really hard contractions. All right, so that's where it starts. And this is where you guys are gonna see like how intensely we're gonna be doing our sets. Quads is really where you put yourself through the trenches. Ah. Ooh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, tabarnak. Just doing the lunges, technically, if I would only do the lunges, I would probably be able to do a lot heavier. But because my quads are so engorged in blood, 70 pounds was enough. And I might do a little bit more, but the point is like, my knees don't hurt. I'm not gonna jinx it. We're just starting, but so far I feel warmed up. I feel like my joint is like solid. And when I push off the platform, I feel only my quad. I don't feel any joint or like clicking, only my quad. So that's the benefit of doing what we did before and making sure that you're well warmed up. I did a couple sets of warm up before I started the quads, did the hamstrings, did the adduction, abduction, and now I'm really ready. My hips feel good, my knees feel good. I'm a lot more solid. And also this week, I did also some work on my tibialis and my calves, which is basically the foundation of your whole body when you're starting by your feet. This is something that like I learned from Charles Poliquin, and now I started working with Eric here. Getting that solidified ankle is gonna make a big difference also on like your knee, your back, making sure that when your ankle flexion is able to go with a higher range, because if you're able to get a higher range on your ankle, you're not putting as much strain on your knee that's not going forward, and also your tibialis, which is holding that front portion of your leg. Did some work on that this week, and it does feel much smoother and much more stable. I feel a lot stronger today. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I might even get up to 5 plates, we'll see. But I feel good. It really like solidified. And again, I don't have pain in my knee since I've been training like this. Yeah. I thought I wanted to do the squat machine, but I did it last week, went well. But today I wanted to try the hack squat. We can load this one up. I feel good, my knees feel good. So usually this kind of like bothers my knees a little bit, but since I'm fresh today, I want to see if I can like pound a little bit more weight, even though my legs are really tired from doing the two exercises we just did. So here we're gonna do alone, and we'll finish up with the leg press after. Since we have a wider platform, I'll be able to put my stance. I was a little bit closer on the pendulum. This one, we're gonna go a little bit more of a wide stance. Try to get all the angles. Honestly, having a wide stance will get a little bit more of the adductors, and also getting all the parts. So now, by putting a little bit more narrow when we did the pendulum, we're getting a little bit more of the sweep. Now, we're gonna fill up a little bit more of the interior of the leg. And again, try to get as much range of motion. Don't hurt your back. Sometimes when you put your legs a little bit wider, it does a bigger impact on your back, so just be careful. I'm gonna wear the belt. But yeah, we'll start with 5 plates. We'll see how it goes. That's easy. All right. Okay. Go more. Come on. Whew. Yeah, we didn't get the rep range, but sometimes like I'll overshoot a set like I just did now, and I won't necessarily get to the rep. And I know as soon as I unrack this, I knew I wasn't going to get to the end, but I did my most to get as much rep as possible. And That's what's going to trigger growth the most. Like, people are so hyper focused on like not getting too close to failure. And I mean, I did some videos on it, so for people that follow me, they know, but don't be scared of getting to failure. Like, your body is a lot more resilient than you think. And putting yourself through that is what's gonna make me grow. Not by bitching out 2, 3, 4 sets before I actually get to failure. So even though I knew I was maybe overshooting weight-wise, I still got to the point where it wasn't lifting anymore. And you know what? With a training partner, I probably would have been able to get maybe 2 more. So even myself, I'm pushing myself as hard as possible, but I'm probably not at absolute failure myself. So you're probably not getting the failure either, to be really honest. Fuck, that's it. Shit. Ah. Quads are done. It was a good one. We put a lot of volume. The hack squat, I probably was a little bit too generous on the weights, but then we compensated with the leg press, put a lot more reps into the leg press. So all in all, I think it was pretty successful. Pump was awesome, and we put a lot of intensity into our sets. I'm used to training that way, so it's not like, you notice like I go very, very close to failure on most of my sets. I'm used to training like that. Maybe some people starting off might not be able to sustain the amount of weight I'm using. The more you do something, your body gets accommodated to training a certain way, and I've always trained that way, so now I'm very used to it. So now what's left? Hamstrings. We're gonna do 1 leg curl, single leg, and then once we're done there, we're gonna go on Romanian deadlifts, and then we're done. So this is part 2 of the hamstrings. We've done the part 1 before that, the quads. Now we're finishing off. Notice on the pad, I'm not leaning forward. So I'm not pushing my body weight forward once I'm pulling with my hamstring. I'm very straight. I place my hands forward. I'm slightly bent here, but the position on my pad, my position on my quad from the pad doesn't move I'm just basically curling up and coming back in the neutral position, right? So always making sure, like, most of the machines that you use, not all of them, but most of the good machines are pretty custom to how you should be positioned. Obviously, you kind of have to move around with your own insertions, right? But if you feel like I've heard people just talk about these kinds of machines and, oh, I hurt my back. You shouldn't be even having any pressure on your back if you're doing this properly. You should be in a position where your back is neutral. You can be basically giving yourself support, but you shouldn't be leaning on the machine and kind of giving yourself some drive. If you're doing that, it's too heavy. Lower the weight and do it properly. Your position of line shouldn't change once you're doing this exercise. You should always be in the same position, especially your back shouldn't move. What we're trying to isolate your hamstring. So the only thing that should be moving is the lever from your ankle all the way to almost your glute, right? So again, you're gonna be watching the videos, look at the execution. Yes, there's a lot of it like, I've been doing this for a long time, so obviously the weight is not necessarily something that you might be doing on your own, but the form should be resembling that if you're lifting properly. Every single exercise I was doing, I felt strong, and I felt strong even when I don't have a lot of weight. I put one plate on here. I don't want to say what I'm gonna finish with, but I feel solid. So I already know, like, when I start doing my first reps, even though I don't have a lot of weight on, I know that I'm gonna be able to be strong on this set, you know? That's it. That's it. Woo! That's it. Finished off with Romanian deadlifts. It's an exercise that I keep at the end when my hamstrings are already fatigued. I'm able to put a lot of blood there. And I still lift heavy, but I'm still protecting my back by being already pre-fatigued, and I don't have to load the weight as much. That's it. You guys saw what I do at Tampa Pro. It's gonna be an awesome show. A lot of Canadians are doing the show this year. So that's cool for me as my pro debut to be around all the guys that basically train at the same gym. We're all training at the same gym, going at the same show, all competing against each other. So yeah, it's gonna be really cool. Hope you guys watch, like, subscribe, share to your friends, whatever. And I'll see you guys next week.